part of his story when he wrestled with God. And it was after he wrestled with God that God changed his name from Jacob to Israel. And after his name was changed from Israel, there was something different about the way that Israel walked. He walked with a limp. And so the story, the message of this song is that once you come in contact with God, you can't be the same. And so the words are simple, and they'll sing for you. Right now, I ask everybody to push everything else aside. If there's anything in here tonight, something in your mind that is preventing you from giving God the worship the way He deserves, I ask that you push it out of the way. If the teachers get on your nerves, if you don't know how you're already stressing and it ain't even the 4 people score, you give it to God because He's the only one that will take care of it.
I want us to be people that dream with God. People that aren't dreaming for themselves, people that don't have dreams of just being famous and being rich and being a man, dream with God, because when you dream with God, He is glorified and the kingdom of heaven is brought down to earth and lives are saved. I don't care what it is, whether you want to be a lawyer, whether you want to be a doctor, don't just do it for money. Whatever you want to be, do it with God, and many lives will be saved in whatever area of work you choose. Because that's the essence of what it means to dream with God. God is glorified in what we do. So right now, as we get into worship, I want you to think about what dream do you have? What dream do you have? And if it's from God, what are you doing to protect it? How are you pursuing that dream? Is it just a maybe you have a plan B or plan C? Get rid of the plan B and the plan C. There's only one plan. If it's from God, that's it. If it's from God, that is the only plan that you need. So fight to protect it. Whether you're going to school right now and you're struggling, God told me that, I'm going to be a doctor. He didn't tell me that, but God told you that. God told me I'm going to be a doctor. That's what I feel like He's been calling me to see how to live. Don't give up. After that first Bible class, OCAM, physics, whatever it is, don't give up. Know that God is with you. Know that He will provide everything you need. Know that Emmanuel, God is with you. Whatever it is, whatever major you are, protect your dream. And if it's not your dream, if it's not from God, let it go. Trust Him and walk on water with Him. Walk out of faith with Him, because He wants to bring you into something new. Amen. So as we get into worship,